and welcome back to another episode of the Royal Reset Podcast. Okay, so when I started this podcast in April of this year, I did not anticipate all of the traveling that I will be doing. I did not. I did not know that I would be in Vegas and where have I been? Orlando and now San Diego. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know that I would travel back to Orlando, that I would travel back to Vegas. I didn't know these things. So I apologize that this episode is a little bit late. However, hopefully it's giving you some time to watch Avatar Fire and Ash because we have some things to discuss. As you can see, I'm very excited. But first and foremost, how are you, Your Majesty? You are looking fabulous, Queen. Tell me everything. How are you? Well, you look good, Your Majesty. You're looking gorgeous. I am so happy that you decided to check in today and have this conversation, Your Majesty. We started our conversations on April 13th of this year. This will be our 34th conversation. I am so happy, so proud that we are here together, Your Majesty. I am doing great. As I said, I am again traveling. I am in San Diego right now, hanging out with my nigga Shamu and my nigga Willie, Free Willie, So I am in Diego of San right now, enjoying, resting, relaxing, enjoying my last week of vacation. So I'm great. I'm Gucci. I just finished a book not just an hour ago. So you know how it is when you can get some good book reading time, man. Yes, Your Majesty. Yes, Your Majesty. So yes, I am doing great, looking great, feeling great, And again, we're in a new location again because I am on vacation. Alrighty. So tell me, Your Majesty, last week we discussed your goals, your dreams for this week, or actually for last week, Christmas week. How did they go? How was your Christmas, Your Majesty? How was your Christmas Eve? Tell me everything and go. Wow, that sounds amazing. That sounds so incredible. I am so incredibly proud of you, Your Majesty. You have come so far this year, done so much. And I know you have big dreams, big goals for your Christmas season this year. And I am so happy that things worked out exactly the way you wanted them to work out. I'm so happy for you, Your Majesty. Yes, Queen Slay! Slay! For me, my Christmas was amazing. Okay. So every year for Christmas, I go to, y'all know I am a theme park hoe. Okay. I'm a theme park junkie. Okay. I spend every Sunday at Disneyland. Yeah. And then at least one Saturday a month, I'm at Universal Studios, right? Okay. So for every Christmas, on Christmas Day, I like to spend Christmas Day at Universal Studios hanging out with my husband, the Grinch, right? Right? Okay, but things are a little bit different this year. If you've been anywhere near social media, you know that the Grinch that is in Universal Studios Hollywood right now is on a whole nother level, right? Okay. So I called myself cute, right? Because I went to Universal Studios Florida for Thanksgiving week to meet the Grinch down there. Had a good time, fantastic time. I'm going to insert a clip from that here. Great, boom, flawless victory. Had a great time. Met the Cat in the Hat too. It was great. And then I have plans to go to my Universal to meet the Grinch again. But in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, Nick Darnell blew up. He blew up. He was everywhere. He is still everywhere, right? And then there's another Grinch at Universal Studios Hollywood. I don't know his name. They just call him the Hispanic Grinch. I don't know. He's funny as hell too. I went into this like, you know what? I don't care who I meet. I don't care which one it is. As long as I meet the Grinch on Christmas, I'm good. I'm Gucci, right? So I walk up there, right? I walk up there and I get to the park early, like 9:20. Park opens at 9, right? The line is already an hour long. It's okay. It's all good. I know they're lying. They say the line is such and such amount of time long, but it's not. It's never that long. It's never that long. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's go. I'm walking. And in order to get in line, you have to walk past the Grinch. And he sees me, right? And he's like, it's the Christmas Queen. Because, of course, I'm always wearing my crown every single day, right? He's like, it's the Christmas Queen. And I'm like, hey, I'll see you soon, monkey. That was not the Hispanic Grinch or Nick Darnell Grinch. That was just a normal, regular, degular Grinch. And I was okay with that. Again, I was okay with a regular, degular Grinch. I didn't care which Grinch I got as long as I got to hang out with the Grinch on Christmas. That is my Christmas. That's what I do every Christmas, right? I hang out with the Grinch at Universal Studios, okay? So as long as I got to hang out with him, I was cool. But somewhere in between the 30 minutes of me getting in line and me getting to the front of the line, they switched Grinch. They switched Grinches. All of a sudden, I'm seeing the Grinch doing spins and flips and shit with high energy. And I was like, no, they didn't. No. Did they give me Nick Darnell Grinch? Ciao. I get to the front of the line. I'm acting crazy. I'm screaming. So yeah, if you've been anywhere on my TikTok this week, you see the video. It's up. It's there. Our meet and greet. It was great. We got some awesome pictures. The best pictures I've ever gotten with a Grinch. And I'm going to show you. Like, this was when I first started, right? And this was the next year. And this was the year after that. I took my brother Leland with me. And then this was Florida of this year. And these are the pictures that I took with Nick Darnell's Grinch. Like, do you see it? Those pictures came out so good, so juicy. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I just ended up having the best time. It was supposed to rain on Christmas Day. It didn't. A little sprinkle here, a little sprinkle there. But I had a great time. Got to ride all of my favorite rides. Yes. Got to do the tram. The only downside was for the tram, they didn't do Fast and the Furious for some reason. So I didn't get to scream, for La Familia! On the tram, the Fast and the Furious ride, unfortunately. But it was great. Other than that, it was great. So yeah, my Christmas was fantastic. Then I bed ride for 2 days and made my way down here to San Diego. And here I am. Tomorrow I'm going to SeaWorld and I may hit up the safari park on Wednesday. I'm not sure. Trying to decide what I'm going to do with that. But yes, that is what has been entertaining me, mixed with how my week went. Because what has been entertaining me, Nick Darnell's Grinch. Okay? Funny. Hilarious. Someone who loves their job. Okay? Now, all the Grinch videos are hilarious. Okay? They're always hilarious every year. But him, that, she made this for me? I'm not sure. Cracks me up every single time. And the fact that I got the little dancey thing. Okay, I'm cool. I'm calm. I'm collected. I'm chill. I'm good. It was fun. It was lit. Those videos have been keeping me going. Of course, all the, this is what you're going to do in 2026 to reach your goals videos have been giving me life as well. I have been learning a lot. So yes, I am happy, excited to implement, enjoying my time off paid. And yes, so that is what has been. So also on top of all the Grinch stuff, on top of meeting Nick Darnell's the Grinch of the season at Universal Studios on Christmas Day. Today, I just finished a book that was juicy. Not only was it romance, but it had a little murder mystery up in there too, like a dun 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 who did situation. Ah! It was lit. It was called How If You're Guilty by Lindsay Devon. It's also got shapeshifters up in there. It was good. It was Gucci. It was spicy. It was delicious. And like, I was like, I know they didn't do it because there's too obvious. I really think it's him, right? And I was right. I was right. So yes, that is what has been entertaining me this week. I did not go see Wicked for Good this week, although I almost went to go see it last night. But there's no Cinemarks in San Diego. All they got here is AMC, and AMC is ghetto. So I did not. That's the only reason. That is the only reason why I have not gone to see Wicked for Good for a sixth time this week. Yes. Will I go when I get back home? Probably. Until it's out of theaters, I'm there. Okay? I'm there. I'm sad. But yes, that is what has been entertaining me this week. Now, drum roll, please, for this week's 4B Queen of the Week. I'm gonna have to give it to myself. Conceited much, I know. I'm gonna have to give it to myself because you see, when I started this year fighting in evictions. I started this year unemployed. I started this year hungry, okay? Because I have no money to get not nan crumb of food. And I started this year alone, but in a bad way, like lonely, right? And now I won that eviction, moved into a better house in a better neighborhood. I got a job, the best job I've ever had in my life, right? And not only that, but I ended up getting a raise and the promotion 4 months into the job is when the raise and promotion talk started, but it didn't really happen until like 7 months into the job, right? I'm traveling, like we said, I went to Disney World twice. I went to Vegas twice. I saw Beyonce 6 times this year. Not only that, but I saw Destiny's Child in Vegas. I did the damn thing this year, starting off fighting an eviction to where I am right now. I am proud of me. I am proud of myself. And if you have a similar situation, if you have a similar story this year, I am proud of you. You and I, we did that shit, queen. Have you taken a moment to realize how far you have come from January 1 to now, queen? Your Majesty, I thought I was about to get evicted. I went into the new year on January 1st, looking around my house, trying to figure out what I was going to do because I really and truly thought that eviction was going to go through. And come January 16th, I got the information, the judgment from the judge saying, nope, you won, bitch. I ain't going nowhere, ho. I ain't going nowhere. January 1st, I was searching for jobs, okay? Searching and kept getting that we love you. We really do, but you're just not good enough for this position. Kept getting those emails, kept going in for 2 and 3 and 4 round interviews. Like, oh my goodness gracious. And again, 2 weeks into the year, boom, got the notification that I got the job. Making the most money that I have ever made in my life. And then boom, 4 months later, they're like, we want you. We love you. We want to keep you. How can we keep you? And got an extra $20,000 on top of that. Oh my God. I got benefits that I don't even know. Like, I got to figure out how to spend my FSA if I want to spend my FSA, because this is my first time having FSA benefits. I don't know what to do in my life. This is how far I have come. So I am proud of me. And if you have a similar situation where you started off the year on the struggle, lost, alone, scared, and you're ending this year in the best situation that you have ever been, the best you that you have ever been, just know that you are not alone. I'm right there with you, Queen, first and foremost. And second, I'm proud of us. I am so proud of us and how far we have come. But that also feeds into sorry, still got a little bit of a cough. That also feeds into the conversation that I want to have today. Okay? So, if you're new around these parts, this is a podcast, a conversation where we discuss pop culture moments, books, movies, TV shows, and pull real life lessons out of them, right? And I think it would be remiss of me to have watched this movie and seen this scene and not have spoken about it. So again, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Avatar Fire and Ash, because that is what we are discussing today. I have something to say. Let's get into it. Okay, Avatar Fire and Ash, we're following, Jake, Natiri, they're still with the water people and they're still trying to figure out how they're going to survive. They're still trying to, hide and protect Spider. They're still trying to figure out their lives now on top of dealing with the death of their son. Okay, this is where we start with the movie. Halfway through, no, first at the beginning of the movie, we get a scene where Spider almost dies, right? Because you see, he is a human and humans cannot breathe the air on Pandora because it's toxic, right? So he's wearing these masks covering his face 24/7 that allow him to breathe clean oxygen, right? But he has to charge them and switch them out in time in order to, keep living, keep breathing, right? This little is sleep and his mask runs out of oxygen. And the whole family is up running around trying to find his backup mask so the little don't die. They find it just in time. He breathes, he's back to life. But it's like, oh my gosh, how much longer can we continue to do this? Something's got to give, right? And of course, that's just foreshadowing because 30, 45, 50 minutes into the film, this whole 3-hour long ass film, this little runs out of oxygen in his mask, but his other mask is not within reach. Let's say that because I don't want to give the entire storyline away, right? So he is dying, okay? He needs oxygen ASAP or he will die, right? But he's panicking, so he's using up all the little bit of oxygen he has left, and then he has no oxygen. Now, Kiri, my girl Kiri, hugs him close on her knees on the ground in the middle of Pandora, surrounded by trees and nature, right? And roots. She is freaking out for her friend because he's dying, right? And she prays to Eywa, who is the god of Pandora, or of the Navi, we should say. I don't know if there's multiple. And she prays to Eywa to help save Spider. Her name is Kiri. Kira? I believe her name is Kira. She prays to Eywa to help save Spider, right? At first, nothing happens. So we think that, Eywa is still ignoring her because this is a common, theme throughout these movies. In the last movie, she has some issues with connecting to Eywa. So we're thinking this is what's happening now, right? But literally, less than a minute after she says that prayer, she sees one of those floating flower puffs, whatever they call them. And it gives her the idea to connect to the roots. Take that flower puff apart, put it inside of Spider, force him to, with his last breath, force him to swallow it so that it becomes a part of his body's ecosystem. And what do you know? That ends up saving Spider. Not only saving him, but giving him the ability to breathe without a mask on Pandora. She gave this little the ability to breathe Pandora's air that is normally toxic for humans. The Pandora's air in Pandora without a mask. And she's still asking herself, why has Eywa forsaken me? Why does Eywa ignore me? Why does Eywa turn her back on me? Why does Eywa close her ears to me? Do you think you were the one who saved him? How do you think you gave him the ability to breathe without a mask, bitch? Oh my God, I am irate, okay? I am irate. And so this is what I want to discuss today. This is what I want to discuss today because you cannot do it on your own. You cannot reach your goals and you have never reached your goals. Whatever goals you have reached in the past, you have never reached them and you cannot reach them on your own. There is always a higher power there helping you, assisting you. Always. Now, is it the universe? Is it God? Is it Buddha? Is it Eywa? What is it? Yahweh? Who is it? That's for you to decide. But please know that there is always something bigger than you, better than you, more powerful than you on your side, helping you, assisting you in everything that you do. Everything. This might not be a conversation you want to have, but I promise you it's not a conversation that's going the way you think it's going. Okay, because I have a relationship with God, the Christian God, right? But it's not the relationship you think it is. That is my nigga, okay? That is my ace boon coon, okay? That is my best friend, my homie skillet burnt biscuit, okay? Me and God are like this, alrighty? That is my nigga, okay? My nigga, okay? Okay? I told you that I started this year off unemployed, fighting an eviction, hungry, and feeling lonely, right? What changed that allowed me to not only beat that eviction? What changed that allowed me to not only get the best job that I've ever had in my life? What changed that allowed me to travel all across the United States this year multiple times, see Beyonce multiple times, see Nick Darnell's Grinch and the other Grinch in Florida? What allowed me to change my life so drastically within less than 11 months? I surrendered. I surrendered. I realized that trying to do this shit on my own was not working. Trying to do life on my own was not working. So I surrendered my life to God. Put my life, I said, big dog, my nigga, here. I'm tired. I'm tired, G. So here's my life. Take this and do something great with it because I'm tired of doing this shit on my own, God. You see it ain't working. Every 2 years, I'm in the same situation. Why is it always my housing? Why is it always my job? Why is it the same cycle over and over and over again? It's because I was putting all my faith into myself, but I'm just human. I am only human. I do not have all the answers. I am still healing from trauma. I am still ignorant about most things. So relying on myself was getting me nowhere, but in a constant loop, a constant loop. And you know, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. How can I continue this loop knowing that that it is just going to end up the same? Even if I did find a job, beat this eviction all on my own, in 2 years, I would still end up in the same predicament because that's how it's been every 2 years. So I knew I needed to make a change. I knew I needed to do something different. What was that different? I said, God, homie, please take over. Please take over because it's not working out for me. It's not working out for me. So I gave my life to God. I surrendered my life to God. Now, what does that mean? I just made the decision. I've already been baptized. I got baptized in 2016. I've been going to church off and on, my same church, Eastside Christian Church, off and on ever since I got baptized. Okay. Joined that church because the very first time that I went to that church, that same night I got baptized. Right? But I ain't been doing shit with it. I open up my Bible once a year, go to church here and there when I need to, when I'm going through something, and I'm like, God, hey, what's up, my nigga? How you doing? Okay, so you see I'm going through this, right? Can you help us out? That is the only time I was going to church, when I needed something, right? But when things got better, church didn't know me. I didn't know it. I thought I was big and bad. I thought I had it all together. And yet again, I found myself in the same predicament, the same cycle every 2 years, struggling with my housing situation, struggling with my work situation, back on food stamps, back on Medicaid, relying on other people to help me, and struggling. And I was tired of it. So what was the difference? This time around, I said, you know what? I keep building this foundation and I keep relying on these jobs, these bosses. I keep relying on these housing people to see my life through. I keep relying on myself. And yet I'm the reason why I keep ending up in the same predicament every 2 years. Putting my faith in people. It wasn't working out. So I said, God, homie, skillet, burnt biscuit, here is my life. Take it. You can have it. Lead me. Teach me. Guide me. Use me. Show me how good life can get. Take the wheel. Because I know the plan you have for me far outweighs any plan that I could ever come up with for myself. And I know if I put my faith in you as my foundation, as my one and only, as my first point of contact, I will not see this struggle again in the next 2 years. And so that's the difference. That is why I am here making the most money that I have ever made in my entire life. That is why I got a $20,000 raise halfway through the year with a promotion. That is why, even though I beat that eviction, when it still showed that my landlord wasn't shit and was salty because I beat the eviction, I moved from that place into a more peaceful, quieter place that had no mold. No mold. That is why I was able to start 75 hard and finish it. Not only did I finish and complete 75 hard, I completed phase 1 and phase 2. Waiting for my phase 3 to start in March. I have lost weight. I have cleared skin. I have learned how to do my makeup. Yo, I used to look dusty and now I don't anymore. Hallelujah. Again, I saw Beyonce 6 times this year. I went to the Cowboy Carter tour 6 times, and on the 6th time, got to hear not just B, but Kelly and Michelle together with my own ears harmonizing, bitch. I have been to Disney World and Disneyland in the same fucking week. How is that possible when I started the year unemployed? Absolutely no money to my name. How is it possible? How was it done? Because I decided to do something different and put my life in God's hands. And so I am telling you right here, right now, that you can't do it alone. And you know this. You've been feeling this. You've been needing a change. And I am telling you right now, the change is just one simple decision. Place your life in God's hands and ask Him to show you how good it can get. And I promise you, your life will change for the better. It will. It will. And not only that, once it starts to change, don't pull back all of a sudden, because that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do in the past as well. Again, I'm repeating this horrible cycle every 2 years. And when I'm in it deep, when all of a sudden shit hits the fan, I'm running to church. I'm praying every day. God, help me, help me, help me. And when He helps me, I'm like, yeah, I did that shit. I did that shit. Whew. Alrighty, back to same old, same old. And in doing that and relying on myself, thinking I'm the bad bitch that's getting shit done when I ain't shit in comparison, I continued the cycle. And this is where Kiri ended up. Because how are you asking yourself why Eywa is turning her ears to you, turning her back to you, when you saved a man's life? Not only that, but you gave him the ability to breathe without a mask. And you think you did that on your own? You think Eywa is ignoring you? Please hear me when I say you are never alone. You are never alone. You always have someone on your side. And if you're in this 4B queendom, under me, with me, not under me, with me in the 4B queendom, you got me, first and foremost. I am always on your side. I always got your back, Your Majesty. But from the moment you were knit together in your mother's womb, even before then, you have had the most powerful being on your side. You have never been alone, and you will never be alone again. And so there are some beliefs that people think of when they think, oh, religion, oh, God, that I want to debunk right now. Okay, I want to debunk those right now in an effort to help you feel more comfortable taking this step. Because again, you cannot do it alone. So whether you choose God, whether you choose the universe, whether you choose Buddha, whether you choose whomever you choose, Zeus and them, whoever you choose, no matter who you choose somebody. Give yourself something to believe in. something to give you hope, especially in this day and age where we are as a society, as a country, as a world. At this moment, you need that hope. You need it. Choose something and believe in it. Because I promise you, you are not alone. And you cannot do it without it. Without them. I honestly believe that, like, we've all got it right in some way or some form. We've all got it right. And it's all leading to the same place. But sometimes it makes you feel more comfortable. It makes people feel more comfortable when they can, instead of saying God, they can say the universe. They can say Mother Nature. They can say, or Buddhism is something that calls more closely to them than Christianity, or Catholicism calls more closely to you. Whatever it is, choose something and dive into it, Your Majesty. But I want to debunk some myths for you to help make it easier for you, okay? The first thing is, my God, my nigga hung out with hoes, okay? Sex workers. Yes. God hung out with sex workers. Jesus, when he came down to earth, hung out with sex workers. Not in that way either. These were people who, in the light of day, were shunned. No one wanted to touch them. No one wanted to look at them. No one wanted to acknowledge them. Jesus did. Jesus hung out with lepers, people who had diseases, incurable diseases that were contagious, highly contagious. No one went within a 10-foot radius, wouldn't even touch them with a 10-foot pole. Jesus did. Jesus did. And something I just learned in church, well, not learned, but a realization I just came to was, you know, the story of Jesus and how when he was born, a star, an angel came to the three, what do you call them? Shepherds, right? And told them, Jesus has been born. The King of Kings has been born. Back in that day, shepherds were the lowest of low, okay? Imagine back in that day, they didn't have soap to clean their ass. They didn't have proper shoes. They were walking around in sandals, right? And so they would go out for days shepherding and herding flocks of sheep, sleeping outside underneath the stars, walking around in them sandals amongst dirt and sheep shit. They were the lowest of low, okay? Shepherds were not someone that people thought of, that people cared about, because again, they spent most of their time hanging out with sheep and not actual people. But the story goes that they were the first, those three shepherds were the first people that God wanted to know his son was born. The lowest of the low, smelled like nothing but ass and grass. God wanted them to be the first to know. My son has been born. The King of the Kings is here. Jesus hung out with corrupt politicians. And I know no matter what you think about yourself, you are not a corrupt politician. You are not a shepherd. You are not, or even if you are, you most likely are not a sex worker. And these were the worst of the worst in that day and age. But Jesus loved, hung out with all of them. So why do you think you can't hang out with him? What makes you think that you aren't good enough to be loved, to be cherished, to be upheld by God? If God can hang out with a leper, three men who smell like shit, and a woman who was giving it to whoever, every single way, every single day, you are worthy of his love too. You are worthy of his love too. So, one, that's the first myth I want to debunk. You are not unworthy. You are not someone who doesn't deserve his grace or his love or his protection or his help. You are worthy. You are deserving. Exactly as you are right here, right now. You are valuable. Exactly as you are right here, right now. And he'll tell you that if you give him a chance. Second, a lot of these man-made religions come with a whole bunch of rules, right? That you got to follow if you want God's love. You have to do this if you want God's grace. And I'm here to tell you, he got 10 rules, 10 of them things. 10 of them things. And at the end of the day, the most important one is that you recognize him as your Lord and Savior. As long as you do that, you are Gucci. So these rules about you can't eat this, you can't dress this way, you can't talk this way. Bullshit. Bullshit. He had 10 rules, the commandments. Look them up. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't kill, don't steal nobody's wife. Respect your mother and father. Rest on the seventh day. Like, those are his rules. His rules are not, you can't wear a skirt to church. You can't eat pig. Because if you eat pig, you're going to hell. Those are not his rules. Those are not his regulations. And at the end of the day, as long as you believe that his son came down to earth and died on the cross to save your life, you're good. You're Gucci. All these extra rules that men like to make up, throw them out the window. Debunked. Debunked. I refer to God as my nigga, as my homie, my ace boom coon, okay? He is your friend. He is your father. He is your confidant. There is nothing you need to do, no crazy ass rules you need to follow in order to have his love, in order to have his grace. Okay? That's the second thing I want to debunk. And the third thing is when they say you have to fear God, because this is something that scared me about religion for the longest time. They would say you have to fear God. And I would be like, why must I fear him? Like, why must I be scared? Why must I be terrified to this person that I'm supposed to talk to, spend my life with, looking up to? Why? That don't make sense to me. And I want to sit here and debunk what fear means in that phrase. When they say fear God, they don't mean be terrified, be afraid of him. What they mean is revere him for who he is, which is number one rule. The only real true rule that really and truly exists. Recognize him as the Alpha and the Omega, the God that is, was, and will continue to be, the all-powerful, the one that thought of you before you were even a thought in your mother's brain, the one who gave you the gifts that you have so that you can push his world into something better, more productive, more beautiful. The one who gives you purpose, the one who gives you value, just as you are right here, right now. See him as who he is, give him that respect, give him that love, give him that loyalty, you are Gucci. You are Gucci. That is what fear means. Revere him for who he is. Do not be afraid of him. He's not here to scare you. He's here to love you. He sent his one son down to earth to live like us peasants, to know what it is like for us to live down here on earth, and then to die so that he can forgive us of our sins. So yes, he has those 10 rules. But at the end of the day, if you believe that he sent his son down here to earth to die on the cross for our sins, for our grace, to forgive us because he loved us, you will have his grace. And a lot of the times, you will have it even before you believe that. Because again, you can't do it. You can't do anything. Kiri did not do that on her own. She did not save Spider on her own. Eywa was always there. God is always there. Always with you. Always loving you. Always protecting you. He's giving you the gifts that you have, whether you know your gifts or not. He's giving you a purpose. When I say you are magnificent, you are powerful, and your life has purpose, that is where the power that you have within you comes from. A part of him lives in you. And that is how you are able to discern what it is you want your life to look like and make it happen. All those books we've talked about this year, Think and Grow Rich, Psycho-Cybernetics, A Happy Pocket Full of Money, The Power of Now, The Purpose-Driven Life, all those books we've discussed this year, all of those powers and those abilities that we know now that we have within us, you and I, we have that because of God, the universe, however you want to describe it. You can't do it alone. So remember that God hung out with the lowest of low, loved them, saved them, and elevated them. That all these man-made rules about what you have to do, what you have to see, what you have to be in order to receive his love and grace are bullshit. And that he doesn't want you to fear him. When it says fear God, they actually mean revere him for who he is, the almighty being that he is. And you're Gucci. Remember, you can't do it alone. And it just takes a decision. That's all I did on January 1st when I woke up, fighting that eviction, hungry, stomach gurgling, stressed out about when, how, who, what I was going to get a job, applying, and not getting any type of hits. I said, I'm done. I need to do something different. Relying on myself is not working. Relying on these jobs and these bosses are not working. Relying on these landlords and these houses are not working. Putting my foundation, putting my faith in people was not working. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I kept putting my faith in people, and every 2 years, it would let me down. I would find myself either without a home or without a job or both. So I needed a change. I needed something different. And all it was a decision. Literally, just like this, I got on my knees. I said, homie, God, here, that is my life. It is now yours. It is in your hands. You take the wheel. Because I'm tired of doing this on my own. Teach me. guide me, lead me, use me. And when I say use me, I mean take the gifts that you have planted within me and help me change the world with them. Help me walk in my purpose. Use me. Show me how good it can get. And when I tell you like that, so when I say fighting an eviction, I had the court case, went in front of a judge on January 6th. I made this decision January 1st, went in front of the judge on January 6th. And the reason why I won the eviction is because something whispered in my ear to ask the judge for proof of this one thing on a piece of paper. I asked the judge that. The judge turned to my landlord and said, "Can you prove that?" My landlord was like, and that's how I won the eviction, y'all. January, 14th or 12th is when I got the notification that I got that I got my job and would start in February. It has been easy street ever since. And now I want you to know that it's not always going to be easy street. It's not always going to be like that. That's just not how that's just not how life is. But I perceive things as easy street because I know that no matter what happens, I'm good. I'm Gucci because my faith is not of this world. It's not of these people here on this earth. It is in Him. So most likely not the conversation or the way you thought our last conversation of 2025 was going to go. Probably one of the first conversations we should have had. Especially because the idea for this podcast literally came from my church. We do something called At the Movies, where we watch movies and our pastor pulls out a biblical truth from that movie. That's one of our series that we do every single year, and that is literally the basis for our conversations that we have every week. Should have had this conversation a long time ago, but when I saw that an Avatar Fire and Ash, I knew it was time to have the conversation. I knew it needed to happen. Because Kiri did not save Spider on her own. She did not give that little the ability to breathe air on Pandora without a mask by herself. Eywa was there. She was always there. She always had a plan. She was always assisting her. That is not something Kiri did on her own. Kiri did on her own. And it is a reminder for us that we can't do it on our own. And we never have to. It's a good thing. It's a good thing when you can say, well, you don't have to worry. You don't have to stress. Well, you can just be like, here, God, it's yours. Worry? Here. Why do I need to carry that? That's you, big dog. That's all on you, homie Skillet. Here. Because you can handle that better than I can. So why must I worry? Why must I stress when I'm just hand it to you, my nigga? And you gonna take care of that for me. It is a privilege. It is an honor. It is a relief. And that doesn't mean bad things aren't going to happen. Again, it just means that you have a better outlook on those bad things that may happen. You know that bad things happen for a reason. You know that there is no such thing as failure because you're always learning. Think and Grow Rich, Psycho-Cybernetics, A Happy Pocket Full of Money. Oh, yeah. Different from any of our conversations that we ever had, but very, very, very much so important. Now, will we continue to discuss Avatar Fire and Ash? Absolutely not, because the rest of that, I don't even want to touch with a 10-foot pole. There's too much going on in this series, too much coming out afterwards. I don't want to touch it, but I just need to make sure that you knew that you don't have to do it alone. You never have to do it alone. You never were doing it alone. You have someone on your side, and you have me as well, Queen Marie. I'm always here for you, and I'm always proud of you, Your Majesty. Now, We are in the last week of the year. Tell me, Your Highness, what are your goals for this week? What do you hope to accomplish? Or are we resting? As we damn well deserve to, Your Majesty. Tell me, Queen, how do you plan to spend the last week of 2025? That's amazing. That is amazing. And I am so happy and so proud of you. If I have not said it yet, if you have not heard it from your friends and your family, or if you have no one to tell you, let me be the one to tell you right now that you are magnificent. You are powerful. You are valuable just as you are right now. I know we are working on our goals and our dreams and our New Year's Eve resolutions for 2026, but just remember that there is nothing you have to do in order to become valuable. You are valuable as you are right here, right now. You are loved as you are right here and right now. And you do have a purpose. There's a reason you were put on this earth, Your Majesty. And if you have not discovered that reason yet, I pray and hope that you find it in 2026 and you soar. I am so proud of you. I love you. And I cannot wait to see what amazing things you do in 2026. Yeah. Okay, so me. I'm going to SeaWorld. I'm going to Knott's Berry Farm. Going to cook some tacos with my family. That's it. Read a couple more books. So my goal was to read 115 books for the year. I just finished book 72. My backup goal was 80. It's not happening. So within the next 2 days, while I'm at SeaWorld, while I'm at Knott's Berry Farm on New Year's Eve, hopefully I can get maybe another 2 books in, because I can do a book in a day. So, maybe another 1-2 books. Make it 74 books for the year, and I'll try for 115 again next year. But that's it. That's it. SeaWorld, Knott's Berry Farm, tacos with my family, and 2 books. Those are my goals for this week. Alrighty, Your Majesty. Well, it has been a pleasure hanging out with you every Sunday this year. And this is not the end for us. We will continue to meet and chat every Sunday next year. And hopefully I will learn how to have these conversations in advance. If I know, like today, I'm going to be in San Diego and not at home, so that these conversations aren't happening late, that they're happening on Sunday while you are actually getting prepared and doing your chores for the new week. But thank you so much for hanging out with me this year. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you. I love you and can't wait to see you next year, Your Majesty. All right. I'll see you next year. Same time, same place. Okay. All right. Bye.